Capricorn, what's good? I'm your wild and free high priest. Chillin', my name's Armando. Ever so grateful to connect with you once again. Ever so grateful for our energetic exchange. This is your message for the post full moon in Aries, upcoming last quarter moon in Cancer, which is really good for you, for your relationships, for jobs, for karma. New karmic era is being illuminated for you, Capricorn. This is a message for you, Sun, Moon, Rising Capricorn. Take only what resonates, leave the rest to the rest. Regardless of your natal sign and natal placement, this may resonate with you. I strongly suggest that you do take what does resonate and leave the rest behind. I call upon the guides of the highest, most brilliant divine white light to protect me and you, protect us as I channel and interpret for your Capricorn divine. Let's grab a number for you. This full moon in Aries has blown my mind because I'm an Aries rising, but let's focus on you, Capricorn. A lot of number twos, number 1 and 2. Yes, let's see, fungus and so these cryptic words here. We'll look at that one. Oh, we have 0, 1, 2. Yeah, you've completed a lot. Here are your numbers 1 and 2 from the cerulean sequence. Something sequential, a lot to say about the sequence. The time is now, according to this one. How magnificent you are alive. This is magician energy, okay? Like the intensity of realizing just how rare it is that you are alive in the mess of it all. We've been talking a lot about mess. I think it makes people upset. Capricorn, I think you understand what I mean when I reference the mess coming out of what was Pluto in Capricorn the last 18, 20 years. The primordial soup, the beginning of it all, the power to prevail and choose to live. When we see this card, we are reminded of the beginning and how far we have come. Okay, so this timing is just that. It's a representation of where you've been, what has occurred. What's happening now is also meaningful in retrospect. You would not have made it this far, or you maybe don't even feel that you've made it far, but trust us when we say that this is in 2 days, which not necessarily in 2 days, but in about 2.5 days, the moon will be in that last quarter phase. Okay, so 4 days, sorry. Something about 2 days, which over the weekend, this is bringing balance, breaking down what has occurred, because it will help you a lot. Obviously, it has that pushing you to the next level. So there's no denying what has transpired, what has occurred. It may be just, I'm getting that there may be a need for ritual, like cleaning, even just cleaning. The act of meditate while you're throwing the trash away. I know that sounds funny, but meditation is just slowing down. Part of it is slowing down to honor the breath and the mechanics, the movement. Of your actions. So in you actually slowing down to clean and then to move through the actions of filling up like a trash bag and then taking it to the garbage bin. That sort of meditation. Wow. So the removal of debris, and then that creates space. And then what so honoring that it does create space, those actions, and that they are necessary so that you can actually create the space to call something new in. So it involves the body and the mind, and then that mechanical breath work. Very human of you. So now, sacred symbols. So new moon, your new moon in Capricorn, because that comes after the Sagittarius new moon, but there is an upcoming new moon in Libra first. And here we have focus. So the next 3 months, the rest of October, November, December, and then your birthday in January, right? So the reason I talk a lot about this being very significant for you, the moon, that last quarter moon will be conjunct or really near Jupiter in Cancer. The last quarter moon will be in Cancer and it will be conjunct. So the moon will reach Jupiter in Cancer, and you'll want to go from feeling embodied, feeling the body, to knowing that you can expand from there. So knowing an origin point and then understanding how far you can expand. Don't limit yourself. This has to do with relationships, has to do with the way you think about contracts, the way that you feel about contracts. Feeling good about them means a lot. Stay centered and stay focused on what you want to achieve and how you will achieve it, rather than focusing on any anxiety or anything that takes you away from that level of promise. Okay, keep the promise to yourself. Meaning, yes, you can be silent, but it's more so about honoring and not dropping the ball, or don't shun away from it. Basically, know that it can happen for you. Will it to happen for you. And it's a whole new beginning for you. So we have the tarot popping now. Let's see. I don't want to talk too much about movement, but you could have moved, and this could be the mind also moving away from a lot of tending to others. We've talked a lot about this. It's sort of like that Taurus effect of you did all the work. Did you get a prize, or did people congratulate you? That's not to say it was in vain. So go from that point. Was it in vain? No. This could highlight, again, new jobs for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much. Capricorn, hit like if you like the message. I know I have been so inconsistent lately. Let's see. We have the thread. So Virgo and of you. Okay. And the empty box. Yeah, creating something new. What do we have for the Capricorn? What is the situation, the challenge, and the basis? Okay. So I'm getting, Capricorn, I'm getting the devil, but as in new contracts. So releasing fear. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen, which is very Empress. So this full moon is burning bright within you. It's that origin point again. It wants to illuminate the flame. This could be the actual challenge, is reigniting the passion that you have after going through what you've been going through, which is kind of culminating the feeling, moving from the feeling of being trapped and moving into a new way of doing things, a new way of thinking about things. We have the Father here. And then we have card number 2, the Father. We have card 51, the Flame. And then card 24, the Sustainer. This is maintaining that momentum, Mars in Capricorn. So it does highlight your surroundings. Again, you've been able to sustain something along the way. You've been working hard for something. But now, yeah, you're coming more into, I think it's just a feeling of being tired, the feeling of when will it happen? It is happening now over the next 3 months. It's really significant, the next 3 months for you. Can we have more clarity on the origin, the situation, the challenge, and the origin for the Capricorn collective? Thank you, Capricorn. So this is the Father, card number 2, the Cups, the 2 of Cups, Venus in Cancer. So again, relationships, resolving a lot of those issues. I think we've talked a lot about that, but it does mean maybe now you're tired. So taking a step back, okay, the Moon wants to fly out. Yeah, you're moving out of darkness, coming out of that black and white thinking with the Moon card number 18, right? So this is probably significant because of the eclipses. You've been able to clear away a lot of that, a lot of the way of thinking, perception. It has a lot to do with what you were taught, right? From the things you heard when you were young about yourself, but now coming to love yourself. The challenge is still continuing to manage the black and white thinking and moving through that so that you can basically make it through. You've come to a really good point in your journey, is the way I see it, after what you've been through. So yeah, the Chariot, you're willing, the whole point of this is for you to will together the black and white and come into that, what I call the Technicolor, right? And then coming out of ruin, the 10 of Swords. So yeah, feeling very tired, feeling like you had to either move away from, or people moved away from you, but you, in that, you realizing why did all that happen? And now where do you go from there? What do you want to go for from there, from that point? And how are you going to do it? I'm like, where am I looking? Beautiful card, the Chariot, and then the Moon. When I have a lot of Cancer here, a lot of the sign of Cancer, and then Sun in Gemini. So the last 3 months and the next 3 months. But that's 3, 6 to 9 months. In 3 months, 6 months, and then 9 months. I was getting a lot of that earlier. The sign of Cancer so this is the Moon in Cancer, right? We do have a lot of the Pisces coming out of it, not knowing who your enemies are, and feeling like there are many enemies, but is this you just allowing them to come in, right? Allowing no blame or shame. Here we have the Empress, we have the Queen, we have the Empress. So clear out the space, take a little bit of time to honor you. after coming out of this, is there any blame or shame or guilt associated with the feeling of you perhaps allowing the enemy to get in to mess with you, mess with the mind? Let's not sit with that. Let's learn from that, is the way I see it. Capricorn, I know I'm tough. I'm a cheerleader in a different way, right? I do support all of you guys. If you don't mind supporting me by hitting like, leave me a comment as well. Okay, past, present, and future. Or let's look at what you're leaving behind, what's presently on your mind, and then what you're looking ahead, or what you're looking towards ahead. Yeah, look, the devil, we talked about that, right? It may be a change of location, maybe a change of vocation or career change. It may just be a change of company or job. Or you're actually moving away from fear, from bad people. Currently, again, karma, yeah, we have karma, and then we have Ten of Swords, so that sits heavily on your mind at the moment. Tired of people being in and out of your life. The Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, and yeah, it is a lot about karma with next to justice, karmic relationships that have taught you a lot about protecting, preservation, especially of the mind. No longer living with that anxiety or putting down what causes anxiety, learning a huge lesson about that, not allowing fear to guide you to come into certain contracts or relationships and then running from them. Also, maybe the law is involved in some cases. So you're having to fight for yourself, hopefully with great representation, right? It seems, though, that you are not in the wrong. It was something done on you, right? Done upon you, or something someone did to you. Receiving justice from that. Here we go. You're looking ahead at this new start, right? The Ace of Pentacles. Good for you. I like that. And we have the Truth at the bottom of the deck. This could be frustrating, but again, this is about movement or communication through the airwaves, obviously technological communication, or just communication in general, movement, even taking a break, taking a pause, and moving along. Okay. And then actually, yeah, leaving a lot of things behind. Eight of Cups, Saturn and Pisces, to create what? Let's see where you stand now. Where do you stand in your power? Thank you, Capricorn. We have two cards flying out, and you made the choice to put a lot of this away, to change from within, right? It is that grown-up moment, I think, or moving away from that loss, learning a lot from loss, from what was taken from you, perhaps, or what you gave up. But now choosing to move from that by learning from it. That is your power. That is a great choice. Maybe you've also lost a loved one. My condolences. Like the father coming out of the grief and the mourning of that loss, and now how do you pivot, right? But it has sort of like enlightened you to this higher version of you, the mirror self, the divine self, okay? Your divine counterpart that lives within you, the flame. Now, how can you sustain that coming out of this? Because around you, you are coming to understand it. Perhaps it is just timing, right? With the Hangman, Neptune and Saturn are here in a way where the next 3 months are really meaningful for you to move on and to create that life that you really want. Perhaps you fear if this is true, if this is rightful for you to show up differently and to move on. Have you actually learned from it? Yes. Okay. Don't deny that you have that knowledge and that you're gaining courage from it. Jupiter in Leo. We have Gemini. We have Pluto, Uranus, Scorpio. We have Gemini. We have Sun in Gemini twice. And then we have Gemini, the lovers. And then we have Justice, Capricorn, and Libra, or Libra. In this Libra season, we have the Devil, which is Saturnian. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is Taurus. The outcome, please. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. That's self-forgiveness, moving on. Wow, we have it. King of Wands, Queen, there you are, Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn and Sagittarius energy. And then we have Leo. We have the fixed signs, but Leo and Sagittarius here. And then Ace of Cups. Coming out of what appears to be major loss or not seeing anything really blossom or bloom or generate now. There is generative power here with Ace of Cups, a lot of Scorpio energy, Queen of Pentacles. It may be a mother or a motherly figure, or it may be even new work. But it's like either you as a mother, as a new mother, or your role as a mother changing, even like becoming like a grandmother or becoming an aunt, like your first time, like garnering that role. Your spiritual lesson comes in, and it does mean a lot for you, for how you care for yourself and how you're going to work to care. It is a lot about, you care a lot about others. So how are you going to protect that? But within that, I don't know, you've drawn something in, and we can get more clarity. Because I would like more clarity on that. Why is judgment? Why is judgment? Why are judgment and the lovers here, right? No longer fighting for what is not worth your time, your effort. Looking at things differently. No wasted effort here. Yes, it could have come from loss or movement. I do see a lot of like moving away or experiencing a loss has helped you to, or has asserted a different type of outlook. You have now, you're building back your strength is what I see. But okay, there's a lot about like breaking away from, again with the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, breaking away a lot from that paranoia and a lot from guarding. It's almost like you were holding on to a lot, not allowing it to be dismantled. It had to be dismantled. So you becoming tired of trying to hold it together to keep something together, and then finally allowing it to sort of crumble, has allowed this new beginning to, you're finally moving in that new beginning after letting it all kind of do its own thing, letting it happen is the way I see it, no longer being able to fight for that. Because it did create a lot of, you had to take your power back is the way I see it. 7 of Wands, Mars in Leo, 9 of Wands, Moon in Sagittarius, and then the Tower, more Mars, more Scorpio, more Aries. Okay, why the Death card with the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups? You have a lot of brand new beginnings, which is great. But you're coming out of a lot of loss, right? Okay, little by little. It could mean a lot to your work, or you're creating something new at home. Seeing the magic now, finally feeling good. Little by little, it's working on something. It's working for you. Letting go of this, letting go of the fight and the struggle, right? Has put you back on the map. Two of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Hermit. With the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Continue to work on it and continue to take time out to bring love to yourself. Someone again could be new in your life, and this is going well for you. This is actually going to work, but it's taking it slower. Or this is someone that you're working with, alongside with, that is helping you to, again, get through something. And it's Saturn. It's like you're actually doing the work to move through it. And you could feel at times that you're not sure if this is really what's good for you, but it seems that it is good for you. Actually continuing to get through it, like we said, is bringing you back to the flame. Here's that internal flame, the Hermit, Virgo. Okay, so you're finding a new way through. Maybe you got lost in that survival and the fight to survive. Finally kind of letting it go, letting it flow, allowing yourself to treat yourself differently, care for yourself differently, be at home more, or change of scenery, change of home. A lot of that has inspired this, you actually moving through it. Well, keep your focus, because there's a lot to say about the Moon in Sagittarius coming. It's first Libra, then Scorpio, then Sagittarius, okay? And then it's your birthday season. And then why the Ace of Pentacles? You're looking ahead at this, right? Clarified by the Ace of Cups after the 10 of Swords. Okay. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Keep caring for yourself. Keep honoring yourself. Keep reframing, changing the perspective, changing how you talk to yourself and how you speak upon your experience, about your experience, because it is enlightening you to material gain or material stability. The self-care and honoring yourself, honoring your mood and your vibration, is asserting that new beginning in material gain or physical health, physical wealth. Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. So, Queen of Swords. Again, being very strategic. How are you going to do it? Showing up differently in the community, and also, it's like you're moving away from something. You're moving away from a community where you felt, it could be a corporation, it could be a company. This is going to happen for you. We have Venus in Virgo, we have Mercury in Virgo, and then we have Moon in Aquarius. October, November, December, January, February. At the end of February. So again, 3 months and then 6 months in March. Something, a shift in your vicinity, a shift where you live and where you work, how you do it, a sense of freedom and release from all of that. No longer asking for direction and knowing where you're already moving in a direction. So honor that. That is where you're meant to go. Okay. Don't question it, is the advice here. All right, Capricorn, I hope that helped. Leave me a comment and hit like if the message resonates, or if you just want to support me. We end the reading. That was a lot, but you're getting your rest, which is good. I hope you are. Brand new spanking beginnings, right? Focus. Feel good. I honor you and your path. Okay, I'll be back with more. Ciao.